안녕하세요.
Good evening, everyone.
오늘도 1418회
Today,
천심원
1418th
축하드립니다.
Visual Devotion, those who participating here,
구치소 앞에
congratulations. Today, in front of the detention center, we have Kwanwan Church, Ansan Church, Namyangju Grand Church,
통일무도 팀에서
and from the Tongil Mudo team,
명이 기도를 드리고 있는데
about 100 people are offering their prayer.
추운데도
Even though
31일째니까 정성을
it is so cold,
드린다는 마음으로
since it's the 31st prayer, they have the heart of offering the prayer and raising the heat to 31 degrees Celsius.
구치소 앞에 계시는 분들을 위해서
For those in front of the detention center, let us offer them a warm round of applause.
어머님을 생각하면 목이 메이고
When we think of true mother,
또
our throats become sore
소화도 안 되고
and we can't digest food and we get stomach aches when we eat.
지난 3일 동안
And even I,
아주 지독한
for the last 3 days,
몸살을 앓았습니다.
had an extreme fever.
또 아닌 것이
It's not even
지독한 몸살이 찾아와가지고
the flu, but I had a great
걷기도
sickness
힘들고
and it was hard to even walk through a few meters.
오한이 들고 먹은 것은 다 설사로
And all that I ate came out as diarrhea.
장이 막힌 듯이 물만 먹어도
And like my long intestine was blocked, I would always throw up the water I drink. And when I came on the stage last time,
얘기만 하면은 제 목소리보다 제 귀를 더 울리는
every time I talked,
이상한 현상까지
I heard my ears ringing.
3일 동안 고통을 치르다가
So, being in pain for 3 days,
일어나야만
today,
했습니다.
I had no choice
왜냐면은
but to get up
신미국의
because
900회 천심원 정성
it is a
영상을
9
보내달라고 하는데
because they're saying to send the 900th commemorative video of the 900th visual devotion of the Heavenly America.
안 좋아가지고 이 영상을 보면 미국 식구들이 뭐라고 할 것인가 그러면서 그 영상을 보내드렸습니다.
So I sent them the video.
고통은
So these trials and challenges,
축복을 내리시기 위한
I believe,
하늘의 섭리라고 저는 생각이
is the providence of heaven for giving us great blessing during the great works.
어려울 때
When True Mother is suffering,
편하게만 있을 수는 없습니다.
we can't all be in comfortable situations.
시련과 고통이
The challenges and pain that is bestowed upon you,
있다고 생각하고
think that it's connected
시련과 고통이 크면
with the providence of True Mother.
어머님은
And the greater the challenge, the
짊어지는
greater the pain,
내게 나누어 주십시오. 이런 마음으로
you must
정성을
receive it and offer devotion with a heart
하면은
of saying, True Mother, please give me more of your pain. And if we do so, I believe the will of true parents and heavenly parents will be fulfilled.
지난번에 10만 4천 명 접수로 신기록을 수립했는데
Last Great Works, we had 14,000 people who registered,
각오와
but with the determination and preparation of
또 부탁을
one-upping that, I offered devotion.
놀랍게도
And
아직
astonishingly,
날짜가 남았습니다마는
we still have
10만
some time, but
1,839명이 저녁까지 접수가 되었습니다.
we had about 19,839 people who registered.
길인데
This is a path no one has walked before. And even our heavenly Japan, they have
429명. 정말로 놀라운 역사가
80,429 registered people.
사실은 이 수련원에는
In this training center,
명만 들어오면
even if 7,000 people
마비될 정도가 됩니다.
enter this training center, it's like everything is paralyzed
없기 때문에
because we all can't enter the
전 세계적으로
training center.
온라인
Our great works
접수를 통해
through online
접수가 있는 것이고
registration you can attend from anywhere.
접수도 참여할 수 있는 것이고 또 시간대를 달리해서 또
And even in different time zones,
이런 것을 중계하면서
while broadcasting them live,
것으로 돼 있습니다.
you can attend them like that.
대역사는
The great works
모든 주보 가정들이
is
총동원해서 역사하기 때문에
all the blessed families from the spiritual world being mobilized,
가정, 자녀,
and on this
모든
earthly
사람을
world,
등록을 해가지고 영계
registering
보호를
everyone.
받게 되는 보호권이라고 말씀을 하신 것입니다.
True Mother said that this
그래서
is
지상에서의
the authority of protection.
놀라운 대축제,
So
영계에서의
this great
놀라운
celebration
축제를 통해서
on the earth and great celebration of the heavens,
간증돼 왔던 것을 보게 됩니다.
we are able to see amazing
이번에
testimonies.
10월 26일 날에는
And on October 26th,
있는데
there is a
10월
unified
26일
service.
수련원에서 함께 하겠다는 사람이 6천 명이
And
넘습니다. 그런
there are
면에서
over 6,000 people who are going to be at the training center at that time. And when True Mother sees us
사위기대를 모시고
while attending,
천의 축승자와 함께
while we attending
세계
the Four President Foundation with our inheritors at Heaven's Loves and Peace,
세계가 하나로 출정할
while
수
offering
있는
this united
놀라운
service,
기회가 되리라고 믿습니다.
I believe it'll become a precious opportunity
소식을 들으실 때 어머님께서
to give a great report to True Mother. And when she hears this,
정말 똘똘 뭉쳐 나가는구나. 이걸 확인할 수 있는
it will be
기회가 되리라고
an opportunity
믿습니다.
to see her happy and see her being relieved that we're becoming one. Some people,
긍정적인 내용보다는 부정적인 내용을
rather than
전파하면서
great news and positive news, they
많습니다.
spread negative news and drain the energy from people. When you hear something negative,
영혼에 상처가 나기 때문에
because
치유하는
that
데
negative
시간이 걸리는
contents hurt your soul, it takes time to heal.
부모님 말을 바라보고 가야 할 때가 지금 때입니다.
Now is the time where we should only listen to the words of true parents. The words of the media,
정확하게 보도만 한다면 얼마나
what if
좋습니까?
they
참
broadcasted
부모님 하신 모든
everything fairly, everything righteously? How good would that be?
나팔 소리처럼 증거하고 자랑할 수 있다면 얼마나 좋겠습니까?
And if we could testify to our true mother through the media, how good would that be? But when we see dirty and corrupt media, we can see that this is the ideal media isn't reality.
때로는 분노하기도 하고
While seeing the media, sometimes we get raged,
상황이 되었지만
and
그래도
it could bring up our fallen nature. But because we have trained so much, although we are cursed at, we endure it. And because we're on the path of true love,
지금도 다리 뻗고 편안하게 잠을 잘 수가 있는 것입니다.
because we are enduring, those who hit us
평화의 사도요.
can sleep comfortably.
그야말로 평화의 길을 가는 사람들이기 때문에
Because we are those who are walking the path of peace,
만약 여기 있는
this happens.
어른들도 통일교 안 다녔으면은
If our
얼마나
elderly members here,
못된 일을 할 수 있는
and our adults here,
있었을 겁니다.
if they didn't attend the Unification Church, they could have caused
아주
great evil. If they get hit once, they pay back and hitting twice. If they get hit 3 times, they hit back 4 times. This could happen.
원수 갚는다고 얼마나 단련을 했는지 모릅니다. 만약에 통일교회 안 들어왔으면은
If I didn't enter the Unification Church,
갚았을 것입니다.
I would have had revenge on my enemies. Because I came into this church, I was able to forgive everything and love everything. And that is how I'm on this path.
얼마나 이단이다,
And even
타입이다 욕을 많이 퍼먹고
coming here,
그래서도
how much are we
참고
called that we are occults and we're psychics?
닮은
But because
신앙의 길을 가기 위한 것이고
we're trying to live a life of faith like true parents, we are able to
지금도 우리 교회
stay on this road.
욕먹는 사람
Right now, our leaders
저도 누구누구의
are being cursed at.
같은 자식이라는
Some
욕을
people
듣기도 합니다.
are calling me son of a
그런 얘기를 들을 때마다
And each time I hear that,
끓어오르지만은
my blood boils.
그걸 참고
But I endure that
사귀는 것입니다.
and bury it in my heart.
그래야만 승리할 수 있기 때문입니다.
Because that is the only way toward victory.
그 한을 원동력으로 삼아서
The more Han
죽을 때까지
is in
뜻을
you,
내지 못하면 눈을 편히 감을 수 없는 그 동력을 활용해 가지고
the more energy is in us. And if we do not use that energy, then we will lose. If that becomes energy, although it may hurt, then the cursing of our enemies may not be a curse, but may be a blessing. I hope you have such a heart and overcome all of our trials and challenges. Our leaders, while sleeping, will wake up in the middle of the night. I hear that there are leaders that will wake up crying. This time, we must become more one with True Mother. We must not let the will of those who want us disconnected and with those who wish upon ill of our movement, we must not let that will be fulfilled. Through this work, great works, where we become more one, we can see that when True Mother is in the detention center, we are all there for her. Even those who are dead are rising up again. We must make such great works happen. So, this great works, where we fill the Peace World Center, we must prepare this great works so that we can show something good to Heavenly Parents, and all of our leaders must prepare for this. Saying, True Mother, please look at all the devotion our churches had offered. See the devotion that our church is offering for this great works. With such a heart, if we offer devotion, then the great works of Heavenly Parents will be bestowed upon us. Heaven never despairs. They did not despair over the crucifixion of Jesus. If there's a crucifixion, there's a revival. Saying that he will come back in 4 days. Disciples all ran away, but he was crucified. But he gave the words of hope. 아주? No matter what the situation, we have hope. All we have is hope. And centering on the hope, we walk forward. So even today, from around the world, they are attending this prayer. Heavenly Korea, in Cheonwon Special District, we have 200 members. And I hope you witness about the Cheonshim Won Special Devotion. In this dire situation, we must gather more devotion. There are words that about 80% of the Unification Church receive the message from True Father. And if you don't feel it, it's because you don't long for True Father as much as you should. It's in the Cheonseongyong. If you long for them in tears all night, then you will see and feel the message of True Father. And when our members hear that message, then the churches will revive. Those who do not hear those messages, those are dead churches. With the works of the Holy Spirit, that fruit was planted in the Korean peninsula, and that is how we're able to attend our true parents. Many other churches
무엇으로 될 수 있는 것인가?
Many other churches actually commented and called our church the church
교회가 되는
of
것입니다.
truth and spirit.
아주 절대 믿음을 가졌는데도 군대 가서
Even with absolute faith,
싸우면은
he went to the military,
무너지는 겁니다.
but in that environment,
다시
his heart collapsed,
그래도
unfortunately.
노력을 해서
But
영성술은 또 와야 되겠다.
after his military service, he felt that he had to enter another spirituality workshop. Because he tasted
아주
what it was like, he came back.
꿀맛을 본 곰이 그냥 벌이 쏘던 말던 꿀통 뒤집어
Like a bear
가잖아요.
feeding on honey, whether he's getting stinged, he still eats the honey.
맛을 보면
If you taste the flavor of the spirituality workshop, then
두 번째 와가지고
you're like that bear.
많이 울었다고 그랬습니다.
He said he cried a lot during the second spirituality workshop, crying at the
간절한
detention center
많이
and offering sincere prayer.
울면서 결의와
He shed many tears.
하기를 어머님을 더 이상
And he made a determination to not let True Mother be alone, not to just stand by seeing her cry.
어머님 지켜드리겠다는
And with
각오를 하고
risking his life, he would protect True Mother. And with such a determination,
결의하게
he resolved to enter the spiritual academy.
아카데미에 있는 분들은
And those in the spiritual academy,
사람들입니다.
we have a variety of people
학문을 연구하던 사람들이 모였기 때문에
because they are people who studied a variety of things. What they do
다양합니다.
is
아주
they do
우리 김
various things.
팀장이
Our director Kim Song-woo
온기를 전해주기 위해서
to send warmth
아름다운 노래를
to a true
불러주시고
mother sang a very beautiful song, and
영성
our
아카데미 수련생은
academy trainee Lee Jin-myung,
3세인데
he's a third generation,
40일 수련을 받는다고 지난번에
and
인사를 했는데 계시는지
he said
모르겠네요.
his mother was
어머니
in a 40-day workshop.
가셨나? 저기 서 있네.
Is she here?
박수 한번
Oh,
좀
she's
칩시다.
standing out there. Let's give her a great round of applause.
우리 이인호 목사님 사모님이십니다.
His
근데 시아버지 되는 분이 이만재, 이진명
father-in-law is Lee Man-jae.
우리 영성 아카데미 할아버지입니다. 430가정이고
He's a
지난번에 403가정 총회할 때
430.
후손이
430 couple blessing.
어머님께서 기념사진 찍어준 천일국의 명문가입니다. 근데 이 귀한 3세가
But this precious third generation, for a long time, was an inactive member.
그런데 수련비를 대줄 테니 영성 수련
But
가라.
hearing that I'll pay the fee, so go to the spirituality workshop, he thought that if this is the last chance, if I don't enter the spirituality workshop, I will die.
영성 수련 신청을 했어요.
So he
근데
signed up for the
영성
spirituality workshop.
그
But
접수하는 사람이 보류 대상으로 빼놨습니다. 왜
The
빼놨냐면
person in charge of
수련받은 기록이 없어서.
the registration put him on hold because he never attended any workshop. No 40-day workshop, no 21-day workshop.
일반 수련으로 가야지 대상자가 아닙니다.
So the person in charge of that said he should go to a general workshop. But
들고 왔어요. 어떻게 하면 좋냐고.
that person bring the list to me.
저도 이 사람 서류 보는 순간에
But at the time when I saw
할아버지 얼굴이 스쳐 지나갔어요.
his
할아버지가 늘
papers,
저를 보면 종친이라고 그렇게 좋아하고 전주시 복귀해야 된다고 하면서 늘 얘기하면서
I thought of his,
그러시는데
I saw his father's face pass by.
할아버지의 공로가 있으니까 괜찮겠다.
And I said it will be fine because he has the protection and foundation of his grandfather.
괜찮겠다. 받아줘 봐라.
So please, just accept him. So that's how he was able to enter the spirituality workshop. But during that workshop,
질적인 변화를 가져온 겁니다.
he brings substantial change.
전의 목소리는 지금
He had
목소리가
substantial
안
change.
바뀌어요.
The voice he has right now is different from the voice he had before.
아주
Aju?
지금은 주제적 천상세계와
Now?
공명하는 목소리로 변화가
His voice changed to a voice that resonates with the spirit world.
참 어머님의 심정을
while experiencing this the heart of true mother, he could not hold back his tears and went to America and Europe through the spiritual academy. And now he's going to enter the UPA and made the resolve to walk the path of a leader. I believe he'll become an outstanding leader. Because he already shouted and offered a speech in front of thousands of people, he already has enough experience. So now I'm thinking, perhaps leaders have to come to the training center. Make them shout and cry in front of thousands of people. And if you educate people like that, then unconsciously they will grow substantially. Those in the Cheonshim Won, they're all young. Director Kim Jong-won, team leader Yoo Soo-hoon. I can see that they're going to be wonderful leaders. Team leader Yoo Soo-hoon gave such a valuable report. Without the spiritual academy, then we cannot have this visual devotion. All of our employees, if they go home, back there, the broadcasting team, our spiritual academy is taking care of it and is carrying this workshop, this devotion. After this devotion, the chairs, all this, the cleaning, the spiritual academy takes care of this. Even at 3 a.m., we were able to see them working hard, like it was day, right? Special devotion team, staying up all night praying on relay, and our cyber owl team offers devotion online. The most difficult, spiritually difficult team is the cyber owl team. They fight against comments online. And we don't treat them like a military, like if you don't do what you do, then we don't take them out and punish them. Because they like it in the heart, with their own initiative, through love, they are walking this path. The principal, so we can see that the principal of the spiritual academy is true father. The professors are Cheonshim Temonim and absolute good spirits. Aju. Even Socrates wants to enter the spiritual academy, and we're receiving messages from him. So the start of the spiritual academy, I didn't order this to start. After the spiritual, after the spiritual workshop, they won't go home. Asking for them to, they would ask if they could offer their services to volunteer for 6 months to a year. Then the people asking, wanting to volunteer, they just increased. So instead of them just volunteering without any name, we made a little organization, the Spiritual Academy. That is how it started. At the very beginning, the one who wanted to volunteer first is Mr. Lee Soo-young. He majored mechanical engineering, but he's working diligently now at the Spiritual Academy, leading Hyojong Praise. Seeing the heaven guide him, he's surpassing the limits of a normal person. We can't understand this. And they are surpassing the limits of our lecturers. And there are those who are surpassing the limits. that they're able to make songs and cook, and those who write.
그러면서 이 영성 아카데미가 점점 자리를 잡아가는
In the midst of
것입니다.
this, the spiritual academy is growing. And all of this
원장이 이끌어가는 게 아니라
is not guided by me.
참 부모님께서 천상과 지상에서 이끌어가시는구나.
True parents.
생각이 듭니다.
It's guiding
여러분
from
훈독했던
the spirit world and from the earthly world.
다 있습니다.
It's all in the words we read today.
들으신 말씀입니다.
These words you all listened before.
처음으로 말씀하실 때
When she talked about Cheonshim Won for the first time, emphasizing that Cheonshim Won will be the most important facility in this age.
많은 사람들이 그것이 어느 천년에 오겠소? 어느 천년에 그런
People would doubt,
다 그렇게 생각했습니다.
thinking that the Cheonshim Won that True Mother is talking about will come in 1,000 years. I took upon this mission,
못하는 겁니다.
and I thought if I was going to do this, it won't happen.
가능한 일이다.
It was only possible through the guidance of heaven. Some leaders
영상을 많이 한 사람을 모시고 오면 되지 않냐?
thought that we should just bring people from Buddhism
사람들을 모셔다 가면 되지 않냐 그랬어요.
who have years of meditation.
여러분 이미 수행한 사람들은 이미 했던 것밖에 못 합니다. 아주 히말라야 산에서 평생 수행한 사람들은 히말라야 산에서 수행했던 그 영들의 그 윤회 쳇바퀴 안에 돌아가기 때문에
So those who trained in a certain way, those who trained in the mountains, those who trained in Buddhism, all they can do is what they did.
오래 한 사람을 통해서 지도받으면
Those who practiced in Buddhism for a long time, if we're educated from them, then they go back to Buddhism. 천일국
한 번도 안 가본 전인미답의 길입니다.
is the path that no one has walked. 아주?
이제까지 성인들도
Even
독신 성인만 있었지
the holy
부모
people,
성인이 어디 있었습니까? 그러니 부모 성인을 모시고 천일국으로 들어가는 이
Even the
수행이
saints,
전혀 다른 수행이다.
this path to 천일국 is a totally different path to what there was in the past.
그 수행이 아니라 부모님의 사랑 안으로
Not to entering
부모님의
a state of emptiness, it is to enter
그것이 가장
the state of heart of heavenly parents.
방법이다. 하늘의 가르침을 따라서 새로운 세계를 개척해 나가는 것입니다.
Is to establish a new world following the guidance of heavenly parents.
여기에서 능력을 받는 사람이 나오게 되는 것입니다.
And there are those who are bestowed abilities.
앞으로
And if they take charge,
문화 혁명의 속도는
then the revolution of this
될 것입니다.
culture of heart will accelerate.
중요한 것입니다. 아주
Each and every person is important. 아주?
이럴 때 그래도 하늘이
At this time,
말씀하시고 그 말씀은
the spirit world
이루어지고
gives us messages.
그동안 보여주시고
And
증거해 주시고
they showed us that these words that they send
또 영성
are fulfilled. And how grateful are we for this? And some of our
귀신이 들락날락
spiritual workshop trainees, they're spiritually weak and they're possessed. And yesterday,
사람하고 새벽까지
for the first time, our
했다고 그러더라고요.
team leader Yoo Soon said it was his first time wrestling someone who is possessed from a spirit all night.
처음으로 그런 놀라운 경험을 했습니다.
He had such an interesting experience for the first time. And those who were with him
야, 이런 영적인 세계가 있구나는 걸 실감하라.
were able to actually feel, oh my gosh, there is such a
영성 수련
amazing spirit world.
하늘이 체험을 시키고 교육시키는 아주 중요한
So the spiritual academy is where the spirit world educates you directly.
체험해야 돼.
You must experience.
영성이 중요하다.
The Cheonshim Won devotion is important. It becomes the roots of your faith.
박는 이 영성 수련
This spirituality workshop, the spirituality academy that sends your roots of faith deep.
끝까지 퍼져나간다면 신통일 세계는
And if your roots of faith
것입니다.
cover the entire world, then the heavenly united worlds will come about.
되시기를
I hope it becomes a time that you can send your roots of faith that deep. Thank you so much.
우리도 전심과 공명될 수 있는 귀한